Welcome back. A warm welcome to you. In the last video, we have seen about congruence and in specific to triangles. So what we understood is two triangles to be congruent. Let's say this is sides A, B, C vertices and here it's D, E, F. We have seen that two triangles to be congruent, we should have all the lengths to be equal. So corresponding sides are equal and also the angles needs to be equal. So these two angles, all the three angles should be equal. Okay. Now in this video we will look into the congruence postulates or the theorems. Why exactly we need these postulates, right? See, suppose you have a problem or you have the information only partially, you don't have the information that all the sides are equal and all the angles, you don't have this complete information. So you can say that these two triangles are congruent only when this satisfies that all the corresponding angles are equal and also all the sides are equal. But what happens sometimes you may not have all the information. So what we are trying to do now is, are there any ways where I can say that okay, two sides and one angle in between them, if I am able to prove that it's same in both the triangles, then they are similar. What's the meaning of that? If I am able to find out that two sides, something like this, right? Two sides and an included angle is equal, I know that it's nothing but equal to this. That means what exactly we are trying to say here is any of these. Okay, I will explain you what's the meaning of this first, then maybe I can tell you. So these postulates are called as, I will just give the name to them. See here, you know that this is an angle and this is a side. So what's the meaning of these postulates, right? Let me try to explain you. Just take couple of minutes because this is very important. If you are very clear with this, then we are in a perfect good shape. You can do any problem in congruence. It's the easiest topic once you understand it. Right. See here. This is a triangle. Okay. Now let's start from here. Okay. First I have a angle. So I will say A. Then I have a side. So this is nothing but my side. Then I have another angle. Okay. Then I have another side, then I have another angle, then I have another side. Okay. Now can you help me how to write down these two? I need your help, right? See here, we have only sides here equal, right? By this postulate we are proving that only the sides are equal. That means yes. So it is called as side are also known as yes. What's the meaning of that? If in two triangles, if I am able to prove that the corresponding sides are equal, then the two triangles are congruent. Okay? Right. Now let's take the second one. What is this? Can you tell me? Look here and compare. What is this? This is a side. This is a side. In between there should be a angle. So this is nothing but side, angle, side. What's the meaning of that? You have two sides and the included angle. This whole scenario is equal in the corresponding triangle. Corresponding sides and angles are equal in the another triangle also. Then these two are congruent. Okay. Now what about this another one? Can you tell me what is this? What you see first? You see an angle. You are right. Absolutely right. After that what you see? A side. After that what you see? Angle. So this is nothing but angle, side, angle, congruence. Okay. We have another one which actually falls into angle, side, angle only, but we will see. Now what you can see here first? I see an angle. So I will say for angle A. Then after that I see another angle. Okay. I see A. After that what you see? Side. So I will say angle, side. Now I said once I explain you what is this, I will explain what exactly is the meaning of that. The meaning is, if you have proven that any two triangles, any one of this postulate is true, it is nothing but you are indirectly saying that these two triangles, all the sides and all the angles are congruent or equal. Let me repeat that again. See here, what we have done is very simple. To understand the postulates, what are the names of that? We have taken a simple triangle, and we know that the triangle will have three angles and three sides. Now these postulates, if you can look at them, it's a self-explanatory. In the first one, I am only talking about the sides. That means it's a side, side, side postulate. In the second one, you see I have sides and the included angle between them. Now how you will write them? See, start from here, you have a side, then you have an angle, then you have a side. So you are comparing in these two triangles, the side, angle and side. That's why it's called SAS. Look at the third one. In the third one, you are proving that angle is equal here and here. That means A is equal to D, and also this length is, this side is same, and also the angles are same. We'll write them one by one, okay? I am just giving you the summary how this looks like. Now, why we need to do that? Because in the problem they may not give the complete information by which you can say that okay, now I can say AC equal to DF, AB equal to DE and BC equal to EF, and also the angle A equal to angle D, angle B equal to angle E and angle C equal to angle F, which may not be possible. You got it, right? So whatever the information we have, based on the information given in the problem, if you are able to prove one of these postulates are satisfied by those two triangles, then indirectly nothing, or actually directly, it's nothing but equal to those two triangles are congruent. What is the other way of telling this is, if I am able to prove that three sides are congruent in two triangles, automatically all the angles will be congruent, corresponding angles. Similarly, if I am able to prove that two sides of both the triangles and the included angle between them is equal, automatically it is nothing but all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. You can try that. You can try that. Try to create a triangle. Okay, you try this one otherwise. Try to create a triangle. Take some length here. This is 4, 6, 8. And see 4, 6, 8. Can you make another triangle without the same angles? No, you cannot do it. Similarly, you can try any one of this. Okay, I think we had enough on that, right? Now let me try to explain you one by one how this works out. Okay, right. Let's take one by one and see what you have to prove. Okay, right. I'll erase this. I think you understood, right? Before erasing, I'm explaining. If you are able to prove that any one of these postulates is satisfied by the two triangles, it's nothing but equal to saying that both the triangles are congruent, because with these postulates, whatever you have, you cannot have another triangle other than the congruent triangle. Okay, that's the meaning of it. I hope I haven't confused you, and it gives you a little bit of clarity, okay, and more interest on congruence. It's a very interesting topic. Okay, now let's see. Let's see, this is going to be fun. Okay, now let me consider the first case. The case is yes, yes and yes. So I will say the case is yes, yes, yes. Now tell me SSS. What I have to show in SSS? I have to show side, side, side. That means all the three sides of the triangles are. I will not do all of them. I will leave some to you so that you will explore them. Okay, I will do three. I will leave the fourth one to you. Or I will do two. I will leave the two to you, because you should have hands on that. Okay, triple S. What is the first side here? Let us say this side is AC. Then this is congruent to DE. So I will say AC is equal to DE. Now the next one, AB. Oops, I did a mistake. Yes, AC equal to DF. Happens, right? Okay. Then AB is equal to DE. Correct? That's the next side. AB is not my day. Lot of mistakes. Pardon me. AB equal to DE. What is the next one? BC equal to EF. BC is equal to EF. We'll see some examples, then it becomes more clear. But see here, this is first side, this is second side, this is third side. That's why this is, you are comparing the sides of both the triangles, and you are saying the sides are equal in both the triangles. So hereby I dictate they are congruent. Okay, that's what you are saying. Let me move to the next one. This is clear, right? Okay, let's see. What is the next one you want to pick? Second one, third one, or fourth one? Your choice. Okay, I will go for the second one. Right. The second one is side angle side. Oops. Okay. Side angle side. Now tell me, side angle side. Okay. Now you have seen side, side, side. Now can you help me out with side angle side? Tell me, what will be my first side? You want to pick AB or AC? Okay, we will pick AC. So you will say AC is equal to, what is the corresponding side here? DF. Remember that in the actual problems, whenever you are working, they may not give you so simple like you can see and tell, oh okay, 1 equal to 1, 2 equal to 2, it will not be there. You have to put some effort. You have to understand whether this triangle is flipped, or it is rotated, or it is superimposed on this, or it is actually whatever can be. Okay, you have to virtually visualize that. You have to visualize how they are actually correlated. I will tell you once we do problems how we have to approach these problems. Okay, fine. AC is equal to DF. That's the first side. Then I have an angle between them. Okay, so I will say always angle A is equal to angle D. That is fine. Then I have another side to prove. So I will say AB is equal to DE. See here, this is nothing but side, this is angle, and this is side. That's why it is called as side angle side. Okay, you got it? Now let's look at the third one here. Okay, I know I said I will not do. I will leave the fourth one to you. Okay, right, I promise. Right. The third one, tell me what I have to prove in the third one. First I have to prove angle. So I say angle A equal to angle D. Angle A is equal to angle D. After that side, so I will say AB is equal to DE. Okay. After that we have angle B is equal to angle E. Now see here, first we have taken A, that's angle. Then after that we have taken S. After that we have taken A. That's why this is angle side angle. What is left out? AAS. You want me to do that? Okay, I will do it for you. That's okay. So angle A. So what is angle here? A equal to D. So I will say angle A is equal to angle D. Then after that angle B is equal to angle A. Side can be any side. See here. If I say ASA, the side will come between both the angles, right? Now I am saying AAS. You have to follow the same order. That means first I should have an angle. Then again I should have next angle. Then after that I should have side. The side can be here or here, anything. Now two angles are over. After that, what is the side we have considered? BC. So I will say BC is equal to EF, right? Now see what we have done. We have taken here angle, then we have taken here angle, and we have side. So what you have to do once the problem is given, you have to look at the problem and understand which congruency you want to use. For that, a simple tip is, okay, by the way, you want to work with these problems, you should be very familiar with parallel lines and how the transversal makes angle, alternate interior angles and all that stuff, and also be clear with the properties of the triangle. Okay, right. That is pre-requirement, right? Okay, if you know that, then it will be easy for you. Fine. Okay, now how you have to approach this problem is, once you give a problem, just write down on rough side all the congruencies whatever you know. Look at the problem and see, is there more of side information or more of angle information? Okay, if the side information is complete, then it is SSS. If you have two sides, other than that nothing else is given, that means something is hidden and you have to find out a included angle between them. Okay, that is how you have to do. Suppose there are more angles and the side information is not given, then you have to work out and see which side you have to pick, which angles you have to pick, and in between how that side is becoming congruent in both of them. Okay, AAS actually is nothing but ASA, because see here in ASA what we are saying, two corresponding angles and the side in between them are congruent, right? If you look at AAS, I know two angles, then I can find out the third angle. If I find out this third angle, let me say this angle, then you can see clearly this is nothing but equal to ASA, right? This is nothing but equal to ASA, but we just call it as AAS. Okay, right. So these are the congruency postulates. Okay, let me repeat that again. See why we are going through this? Because you may not have all the information, so that you can say that, okay, by now I say that this angle is this angle, this angle, this angle in both the triangles and the sides are equal. May not be possible always. So what we do, if you are able to prove this, enough research has been done and people have spent their lives and they have found that these are okay. If you are able to prove any one of these is correct with respect to the triangles satisfy any one of these, then we are nothing but 100% sure, absolutely sure, that those two triangles are congruent. You can try them, it's very fun. You can take, maybe as I said earlier, right, you can take these two, say this is one length, and suppose take this angle as 60. You want me to give that? Okay, take it as 4, take it as 6, and take this angle is 60, and see any other triangle you can create. See other triangle, this is 4, 6, right? Now let us say this is, I mean, you create this triangle and find out what is this angle, okay, right? You can do that. Then see, with this side and angle, can you create any other triangle than this? No, it's not possible. Okay, right. Now only one more congruency is left. I don't want to do injustice to it, so let me also cover that one for you. Okay, there is another one which is called as RHS. Actually it also falls into one of the whatever we have the predefined congruencies. We will see how it goes. Oh sorry, you have to pardon me, these two are equal. Okay, right, these two are equal. Okay, now this congruency is called limit specific to right angle triangles. It is called RHS. What's the meaning of that? Right angle, there is a right angle in both the triangles and the hypotenuse of both of them are equal, and also one side is equal. Then it is called as RHS, and in some textbooks you will see it as HL. Okay, whatever it is. RHS, what's the meaning of that? Right angle, hypotenuse, and also one side. If you are able to prove this congruent, then also these two triangles are congruent, right? But can you tell me into which this predefined category this falls into? You know this side, can you calculate this side? Yes, you can calculate, and both of them will be equal. Now tell me which postulate this is. This is nothing but SAS, correct? This is SAS. It fits into the SAS. Okay, right. So in the next video, we will see some problems. It's going to be fun, going to be interesting. I hope you are understanding a little bit about the congruence, and if you appreciate, please drop a mail or give feedback in YouTube. Okay, your feedback helps me to improve the presentation and the content. Okay, this is only for you. I am not expecting anything out of this, only to just help you and to share my knowledge and also learn something from you. Okay, thanks for your time. Bye for now.